welcome to Estevan TV. I'm at pushgapradio.com.
Pushgapradio.com, bridging the gap between old school and new school radio. Pushgapradio.com. It's Dallas, baby.
Pushgapradio.com, Hamilton Park, Dallas, Fort Worth.
Live from Hamilton Park, Dallas, Fort Worth, Push Gap Radio.
Ooh, girl, you can't hear how Dallas, Fort Worth work. This is Jackie.
What up, y'all? This is Jackie
Of Shaka Ford 1 and the main event show.
Goes a little something like that.
Shaka Ford 1 and the main event with me, the Queen B, Jackie O. Heard exclusively on Push Gap Radio. Giving you 2 scoops.
And goes a little something like that.
SHAPradio.com in Hamilton Park, Dallas, Fort Worth.
PushGapRadio.com. We want to be your official Dallas internet station. Ford 1 and the main event with me, the Queen B, Jackie O. Heard exclusively on Push Gap Radio. Giving you 2 scoops.
And goes a little something like that.
Push Gap Radios.com in Dallas and Fort Worth. Welcome to another edition of Shaka 4-1 in the main event with Jackie O. Here's to Joe Louis this week, Dallas, Fort Worth. Are movie theaters dead? We'll break that down for you. Trump and jobs for blacks. He said it's INDO, but it smelled like OUTDO. Breonna Taylor, someone's talking about her mom bought a Rolls Royce. How in the hell is that your business? And why can't white people say the N-word? And at the top of the hour, in the back of the hour, is the Jackie O Entertainment Report. Life should be like sports. No matter your race, color, gender, or religion, everyone gets flagged for the same penalty. With Shaka 4-1 in the main event with Jackie O on PushGapRadio.com. Dallas, baby. PushGapRadios.com in Dallas and Fort Worth. Welcome back to another edition of Shaka 4-1 in the main event, of course, with Jackie O. Day 1,346 of the Trump administration. 36 days until our next presidential election, November 3rd, 2020, and 88 days until Christmas. Welcome to Sucker Free Radio at PushGapRadios.com. Jackie O, what's the business, little mama?
What's up, family? Yeah, it seems like, honestly, Trump has been in office longer than 4 years. It seems like this man we've been dealing with him for a long time.
Seem like it, don't it?
Yes, him and Corona.
Trump and Corona.
What a combination.
Trump and Corona. Man, that Trump starts sending out them stimulus checks, baby. We are going to get into it. As you see on the making of PushGapRadios.com video, I would be remiss if I did not pay homage to the greatness that was Gail Eugene Sayers. Born May 30th, 1943, former Chicago Bears star, was an American professional football player who was both a halfback and return specialist in the NFL. In a relatively brief but highly productive NFL career, Sayers spent 7 seasons with the Chicago Bears from 1965 to 1971. Though multiple injuries effectively limited him to 5 seasons of play, he was known for his elusiveness and agility and was regarded by his peers as one of the most difficult players to tackle. They called him the Kansas Comet Mine. And see, that's when I got into football. He was the youngest person to be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame at 34 years old. 5-time first-team All-Pro, NFL Comeback Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, 1960s All-Decade team. Let me tell you something.
Very impressive. I only remember him from Brian's Song, the movie.
When he did Brian's Song, which was played by...
I don't know.
Billy D. Williams.
Oh, yeah.
How you say you... Anyway, the greatness that was Gail Sayers. I got into Gail Sayers. I was about 6 or 7 years old. So this was in the late 60s. Mm-hmm. And I walked into the room one Sunday, and my dad was in there yelling at the TV. Mm-hmm. I had never paid any attention to football. And so I asked him, I said, well, who is that? He said, well, that's the running back. That's Gail Sayers. I said, well, what are they doing? He said, well, it's
Right.
football. He said, sit down and check it out. He said, now always keep your eye on the ball. Wherever the ball is where you watch. Man, Gale Sayers broke one. And I was a fan ever since, man. Gale Sayers was one of the bright spots in our deal. Dick Butkus spoke very highly of him because the Bears drafted Sayers and Butkus with back-to-back picks in 65. So, yeah, they won the NFL championship in 1963. And, of course, the great Gale Sayers jersey with the Chicago Bears has been retired. So, salute to the greatness. There was Mr. Gale Sayers, died September 23rd, 2020, at the age of 77.
And our condolences go out to his family and friends and fans.
That's what I'm representing, baby.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah. I got on the Mac. Yeah. I got on the Mac, baby. Chicago 3-0. You don't know nothing about that. What happened to
season is still early. Season's still early because I already know where you're going.
Said
you
the Cowboys
you get ready
fan.
to go. I told you earlier
Said
to
the Cowboys
put
fan.
some respect on their name and quit calling them the Cowboys.
You got to win to get respect. Time now for your PushGapRadios.com. Foes, we love you, baby. We love you, baby. Welcome to Chicago. Celebrity birthdays this week. Rapper Jeezy, September 28th, turns 43. Tuesday, September 29th, two-time NBA champion Kevin Durant turns 31 or some such. Reverend Run's kid, JoJo Simmons, turns 31 September 29th, and comedian Andrew Dice Clay will be 63 years old. On September 30th, rapper T-Pain turns 35 years old. Actress Fran Dresser from The Nanny will be 63. I love The Nanny. And October 1, former President Jimmy Carter will be 96 years old. Any birthdays?
No, not this week.
No, not this week. Real quick, we want to talk about somebody. The greatness. You ever wonder who the guy is that hangs out with Jerry Jones? You probably don't. You probably don't. And you know why I'm talking to you. But
I mean, we
Jerry's
did discuss him a
bodyguard.
little earlier,
Yes, we did.
and
We did.
honestly, I had to say that I had never noticed the man ever before, and I had never heard of him until you brought him up to me on yesterday. I never noticed the man.
Well, as you see by the photos, this is Jerry Jones's longtime personal security guard. He's the muscle, Roosevelt Riley, a.k.a. Rosie. Now, he's the muscle, but not the muscle as in bench pressing, but the muscle as in he got that thing in his pocket, and he'll unload on your ass if you mess with Jerry.
That picture looks like he is a broke down fake wannabe Shaft.
I ain't gonna let you do Mr. Riley that. Now, there was a guy who did say that. The guy also said he looked like the guy who played Willis on Different Strokes. Yeah. So, they was capping on him. The guy said he looked like Shaft. Jackie said that before we even seen it.
But
very
why
interesting.
Do you have on shades 24 hours a day?
Very interesting of Mr. Roosevelt Riley. In the late 1980s, he was a member of the world-famous Harlem Globetrotters before his daughter was born, a squad known for its on-court theater. Mr. Riley left the team after a few months because he didn't like the travel and wanted to be home before his daughter was born. His daughter now is Andrea Riley. She played basketball at Oklahoma State back in 2009, and as a toddler, she shadowed her father at his girls' basketball development program. So that's how she learned to play so well. She was also picked up by the Sparks, I believe.
But he must have really been good because he's only 5'8".
Well, yeah.
That's short for a basketball
So the
player.
reason I bring this up about the good Mr. Riley, now I heard this last week on Friday. It was either on 105.3 The Fan here in Dallas or 103.3 ESPN Dallas Fort Worth that Jerry retired him, and now he watches the house out there in Highland Park. Now, Mark Cuban and the other big wigs here in Dallas live in Highland Park. He lived there as well. But yeah, I guess Jerry needed some fresh young meat because Mr. Riley appears to be in his 60s or something,
Again, look at that picture. Think about it. If somebody with a little bit of muscle came along and tried to do something to Jerry, it would take Mr. what's his name?
Mr. Riley, Roosevelt Riley.
It would take
Put some respect on that man's name,
it would
Jackie.
take Mr. Riley and Jerry together to whoop somebody.
Put some respect
try
on
to get
Mr.
him.
Riley. Well, Jerry didn't hire him for nothing. The man must have knew his business.
But Shutterbug, they need to be ashamed of themselves.
Oh, tell them about the pictures. Oh,
that
my
you're
God.
looking at right there. They are selling that picture.
No, we're not showing that picture.
Oh, that's right. We can't show the picture because we didn't purchase it.
How much is the picture, Jack?
But there is a picture. Y'all need to go see what this man is looking like, a fake wannabe Shaft. The picture for a single image is $199.
That's right.
Or you can get a bargain and get a 25 pack for $2,479.
That's right. Mr. Riley know how to spread his hustle. It's time for retirement. Jerry needs somebody who's going to be able to jam somebody up, okay? Now, Jerry is real loved around here by some, hated by a lot. Me, I love Jerry. Why? I'm a Bears fan.
You know what kind of
team? What do I care?
You know what kind of jamming up he does for Jerry? Because I kept wondering why. Mm-hmm. Okay, once I started looking him up,
right.
Every picture that I saw of him, he had on shades.
Like the Secret Service.
If it was nighttime, it didn't matter if they were in the dome with the clothes.
Like the
it didn't matter.
Service.
So then I got to thinking, think about it. Jerry gets drunk a lot.
He does.
Jerry has some shiesty friends.
Jerry like that
as in
Cuervo.
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And Jerry like young girls just like the rest of them do.
It's in the news.
So,
and we ain't telling you nothing new. It's in the freaking news. When we come back, our movie theater's dead. We'll get into that. Trump and jobs for blacks. He said it's INDO, but it smells like OUTDO. Breonna Taylor. Someone said that her mom bought a Rolls Royce. How in the hell is that your business? And why can't white people say the N-word? The brother said. And Jackie O, entertainment report, 2 times in the show. She's been elevated. Shock 401 in the main event with Jackie O. Now you know what we know from the bangingest thing in the urban internet radio game. KYBNradio.com, PushGapRadios.com. It's the bangingest combination in the urban internet radio game. It's Rubber Buggy Baby Boomer Radio. We're PushGapRadios.com.
What's up, Doc and the crew? Dallas, baby. We'll be right back.
They think you must be Bugs Bunny's sister.
I didn't finish my story about Jerry.
We'll do it on the other side. Push Gap Radios, Dallas.
Yeah.
PushGapRadios.com in Dallas and Fort Worth. You still saying you hear something about Jerry?
Mm-hmm. So to prove my point about the shade.
Yes.
It's been a few years ago because it was back when training camp was in San Antonio.
Right.
This was one of the training camps where Jerry had witnessed Tony Romo, do some great things on the field in front of 10,000 people, during training camp that day. So he felt so good about it that he piled one of the tour buses with all his family friends and all these people. So they started out at the steakhouse at Ruth Chris Steakhouse.
That's right. Jerry do it big around
here. They had dinner. They had drinks. Then they went on to a club. They had drinks was flowing. They finally ended up at this saloon.
You sound like you hating because you didn't make the boogaloo, little mom.
Well,
Jerry didn't invite you.
At this point,
yeah.
He couldn't. Jerry wouldn't want to party with me because I'd be worse than Mr. Riley back there. It's like, Jerry, get your old ass somewhere and sit down.
Jerry,
and
your
stop
boss
that.
though.
All right,
but he's worked there for like 25 years for Jerry, 25. But yeah, it's time for him to retire. You've gotten old.
This man has seen a lot of stuff. He could write a book and get paid because he know a lot of Jerry business.
Yeah.
Because if he's his personal security,
but that's why you keep him close, man. A guy like that there, man. You need a guy like Riley on your team. Mm-hmm. He's what they call a fixer in the mob.
Well, yeah, this is a fixer. So with drink firmly in hand, Jones had just finished boogieing to Michael Jackson's Billie Jean.
He doing right.
And next thing they knew, he was reaching for his top button on his shirt.
Right.
They were at the saloon where it's known for men to undo their shirts. They lay down on the bar. They get covered with whipped cream. and they get these whatever drink they want. Then these girls come, and these girls do these body shots and lick all of this whipped cream off of them. So as Jerry's beginning to unbutton his shirt, all of these people had all their cameras out, ready to go. And finally, Mr. Riley stepped up and said something in Jerry's ear.
Right.
And Jerry took his hand off that button and decided to tell everybody, put his arm, instead he put that hand up in the air, started waving it around like a lasso.
That's right.
And told everybody that drinks was on him. So everybody put their little cameras away, their phones away, cheered him because they were, because apparently he was paying for the rest of the night.
Already.
And they partied on Jerry. So that's the kind of fixer he is. Because that would have been a huge...
That's what he's there for.
scandal.
And I'm upset because I had Jerry's number at one point, but I changed phones. So, I got to get in touch with Jerry.
Jerry like breastises in his face and everything.
Ain't nothing wrong with Jerry. Jerry is a grown man.
So Mr. Riley steps in and he stops all that because they know that stuff would be a scandal real quick, and they can't have none of that.
Well, Mr. Riley, salutes to you, and outstanding job working for Jerry. Time now for your PushGapRadios.com celebrity. Man, see, I'm doing too much. I'm trying to watch too much. Time now for your PushGapRadios.com.
I just shake it like a honey.
Word of the day.
Electricity.
Word of the day is faith. I am anchored in life, love, and wholeness. How much faith is needed to achieve great results? God taught that even a small amount of faith can move mountains. For truly I tell you, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. If I am lacking the faith to pursue big dreams, I start with small ones, trusting in the presence of God within to guide my way. I steadily advance toward a larger, divinely inspired vision for my life. To build my faith, I use the spiritual tools of prayer, imagination, affirmation, and action. I see divine order in all that unfolds, both large and small. I devote each day thanking God for perfect results. I am anchored in life, love, and wholeness. I have faith in faith itself. Now, faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the convictions of things not seen. You'll find that in Hebrews 11:1. I think you'll find it works. So we were getting into Breonna Taylor. Very sad.
Yes.
About what went on down there. The system took her life. And that's what we try and tell you about the black vote. You're running down here to try to vote, but are you doing anything for your grandchildren, or will your grandchildren and your grandchildren's grandchildren still be getting killed in the streets? That's something else we'll get into. The system took her life, not the cops. The racist system protected them, the cops. All right? Now, these people it's indiscriminately fired on everything and everybody in this instance. The freaking police are still what they were back in the day, modern day slave catchers. They're just here for us. A minor incident got blown out of proportion because of her past relationship with another dude, and then they tried to get that dude to be a rat.
The whole situation was just horrible from the very beginning.
Jamarcus Glover, I'm sorry, that was the ex-boyfriend. Kenneth Walker was the boyfriend who fired the shot. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
But they originally got the warrant for a no-knock warrant.
Right.
Before they executed it, it was turned to a knock warrant. Which they didn't do anyway. They claim that they claim they did. They claim they did, but what they did is they rammed the door first, and then they rammed it again and went in. But
right.
You're right. They were looking for the ex-boyfriend, but the address that they had was 10 miles away from where this girl is. So they had the wrong address to begin with.
You understand me? Now, here's the thing with that. If somebody banging and kicking on your damn door at midnight in the hood, you as a black person, what does that tell you? to go get that thing. What's the first rule of the jungle? It's self-preservation.
And he was licensed to carry. And 12 people testified that they did not hear them announce themselves first.
It's a war against them.
One person said that they announced themselves, and so they went with that and they ran with it. This girl was shot 5 times in her hallway.
And then they listed her on her, after her death, the incident report, they listed injuries as none. How the hell you get shot? You ain't got no damn injury.
They let her lay there. This girl had been shot 5 times.
Yeah.
They let her lay there 20 minutes
That's
before
how they do.
Anybody went to even try to render aid to her.
Let me tell you something. That's what they do. That comes from back in the day, back in the savagery days before America. They, Ivan the Impaler, they called him. He would cut your head off and impale it on a stake so as you came into the city. Right. That's what the white folks did to us during Jim Crow and slavery. They hung us at a spot where other slaves could see. It's intimidation.
Right.
And then it's humiliation as well, because the kid they shot in the back a couple of years ago, his body, Mike Brown, I think it was, just laid in the damn street for like 2 hours. It's part of intimidation tactics to make you niggas look and see.
Yep.
It's just a war on us. Now, the cop's bond was $15,000. Okay. Kenneth Walker, the boyfriend's bond was $50,000. And then Charles Barkley, punk ass, running around here talking about, well, you know, he should have followed the rules, and if he hadn't fired the shot. Let me tell you something. You've been gone a while, Charles, living with them white folks. These people don't care about you either.
Not at all.
And if somebody in your gated community, Charles Barkley, was kicking and banging on the damn door at 1:30, I'm sure you got that thing too upstairs. Probably one downstairs. Probably done took mama to learn how to shoot.
Well, and to add insult to injury, on September 23rd, a state grand jury indicted Hankinson for Taylor's death, but on 3 counts of wanton endangerment for endangering a neighbor with his shot. The 2 other officers involved in the raid were not indicted at all. So what he got charged for, some of the bullets went to her upstairs and through into her upstairs neighbor's house, a white neighbor.
It's a matter of fact,
there were also shots.
It's a Class D felony.
Yeah, but listen to this.
No less than a year, no more than 5.
Now, granted, they shot her 5 times. Didn't render aid. Said that she wasn't hurt. All of this. Didn't render aid for 20 minutes. Did not get charged for any of that. None of it. They're saying that it was justified. Some of the bullets went upstairs in her white neighbor's apartment. He gets charged for that. He could get up to 5 years for each one. So that's up to 15 years.
It's called wanton endangerment.
Right. Bullets also went into some of her black neighbors' apartments. Nobody got charged with any of that.
None of that.
He only got charged for bullets going into a white person's apartment that could have been endangered that white person.
Now
what does that say?
What does that say? It's just a war on ADOS. Now, she had a doormat that said nothing inside is worth dying for. What does that mean to you? A gun. You got that thing. People kick it on your freaking door, man. At 1 in the morning, 12, you and your gal sleep looking at TV, and you register, and they didn't announce because the girl across the hall said they didn't announce.
And then they went to, like you said, they went to the ex-boyfriend.
Right.
They took him a plea deal.
Wanted him to be a damn rat.
They wanted him to lie and say that BREONNA was involved.
Jamarcus Glover, you sold it up, fam. Put something on that man's book.
With the drugs, and he refused to do it. So then all of a sudden, that plea disappeared. I mean, and then when with this grand jury, they didn't release the transcript from it. Right. So her lawyer is thinking that it wasn't so much as a grand jury indicted. Didn't indict him. That Shiesty attorney general didn't.
Yeah. And now the girl who said that her mama bought a Rolls Royce, that ain't your damn business.
That Bentley,
the Bentley Rolls, whatever the hell it is, because her daughter ain't never coming back. So she'd rather have her child than that damn Rolls Royce.
Exactly.
Coming up next, the Jackie O Entertainment Report, exclusively on PushGapRadios.com.
Dallas, baby.
Never average, never mediocre. We're online, on point, and on the money. Shackle Ford won in the main event only on PushGapRadio.com.
PushGapRadio.com. It's Dallas, baby.
You like that, don't you?
The Jackie Entertainment Report.
Hey, I like it. Had one, my original one last week.
Yeah.
Got this one this week.
Well, you know, we trying to hit other platforms, so you know we can't get into copyright and whatnot.
Yeah, no, we don't need those issues
we
and
don't.
those
We
problems.
don't need those problems.
No, but you know, I'm starting out talking about Rihanna. I like to talk about good things.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
It's always such doom and gloom all the time.
It is.
But she is such a good businesswoman, in addition to being a great recording artist. I don't know if you do or not, but some people do. She started the Savage Fenty lingerie line on last year, and she did a fashion show. She was included in the Big Fashion Week, and she did something that was next level, of course, because she's a perfectionist and really, really good at what she does.
Yes.
And it was such a big, huge hit that she did another one again this year. However, with everything that's going on with the coronavirus, you know, everybody have to make adjustments and think outside the box.
Most definitely.
Well, she teamed along with Amazon, and her this year's show is going to be on Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay.
So everybody have the opportunity for a little money, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not going to be free, although I'm about to tell you how you can look at it for free.
And it's coming on what channel?
It's going to be, well, let me give you a few little details first. It's going to be on Amazon Prime. That's on the internet.
Right.
I mean, not the internet. You have to have either Roku or something like that.
The internet, Jack.
Yeah, the internet.
Alrighty then.
Well, you know, people had smart TVs and stuff too.
Yeah, and it needs Go ahead, baby.
Well, of course you need the internet in order to get it, but you need more than just the internet. You got to have something else.
You burning minutes, you fat pimp.
But well,
you burning through minutes.
It's a one-of-a-kind fashion show, and it's expected to be bigger and better than ever before, like I said, from last year.
Right.
She's going to have performances from Travis Scott, appearances from Lizzo and Paris Hilton. It's going to air on October 2nd, and you can go, of course, on Amazon now and find out all the details, and I think you can even pre-sign up for it and everything. But if you don't already have Amazon Prime, you can sign up for it for free for a month. Well, along with that, you would actually get an opportunity to see the fashion show during that free trial.
And then they're going to bump their credit card regardless.
Well, not if you cancel before your card is charged. You can cancel. You have the option to cancel before the 30 days.
How many of y'all out there done tried to cancel something and it done took you 3 months to get these people off of you?
I have, and it worked.
Okay.
It all depends on the company.
How motivated
Amazon
are you to watch Rihanna
is pretty.
do her thing?
Amazon is reputable, so they I mean, I'm not telling anybody to do that because that is deceitful to do that just so that you can see it. But a lot of people are already Amazon Prime members. Trust.
Yes.
A lot of people have been doing a lot of Amazon shopping. So much so that Amazon
is booming.
is hiring an extra 100,000 people
because
to keep up with the load.
160,000 businesses have closed down.
Yes, but Miguel is also going to be on there, and he's going to perform. Miguel, he's a singer, an R&B singer. You're just old.
Sure is.
But he's going to sing.
I knew Miguel Hunt.
Ella May is going to be in there singing.
Ella May Clampett.
Ella May the singer. Booed Up. The song I'll play.
Old.
Yeah, you just old. And of course, Rihanna is also going to perform throughout the show. But and real quick, Demi Moore, Willow Smith, Erica Jane, and Normani is also going to be. And Sean and Christian Combs.
Okay.
So Diddy, along with one of his sons, are also going to be modeling as well because she's just now starting a men's line this year. So they're going to help get this.
And all that's on the show.
All of these people are going to be on the show.
Now we're going to see if you're going to put your damn money where your mouth is. We're going to swipe your card to get the Prime?
No, we're going to swipe yours.
Then we ain't watching no damn show.
Yeah, we're going to get it. I already had your number. I got your number, player. And I had a 3 digits on the back. So, like I was saying, We some married now, honey. NBA legend Michael Jordan.
Burning minutes.
He has became a NASCAR team owner.
Yes.
He's partnered up with Denny Hamlin, who used to drive stock cars. He used to race those, and they've teamed up together, and they have hired Bubba Wallace as their driver.
Right.
So this is going to be historic.
Yeah.
It's going to get a lot of more people interested in NASCAR.
Because he was on TV like 2 weeks ago, Jordan was. He was in one of the races. And he's been involved for a long time, but now he's finally put his money up.
He grew up looking at NASCAR.
North
His
Carolina.
mom and daddy, his mom and daddy used to take him to the
Charlotte,
races.
North Carolina.
And he said he used to love it. And so now it's like come full circle for him to actually be involved at this level. And he's saying too that with everything that's going on in the world right now in the United States with the racism, that now is the time to try to broaden people's horizon and get more people of color involved.
And that's what NASCAR is trying to do, because your audience is phasing out. You can't be racist in what it is that you do. You're going to plateau eventually. Who wants to sit there and watch you keep making left turns all damn day? Okay, find something to get the brothers up in there, and they'll get it lit for you. Other than that, it's just y'all white people, and it's dwindling away because of your racism. You losing money predicated on racism.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how well they're going to do. I know I, for one, will probably watch them because I've always loved Michael Jordan. I mean, I started watching basketball back during the days when Jordan was in college at North Carolina just because of Jordan. So, I've always been fascinated with him because he's just always not only was he such a great athlete, he just, to me, he carried himself well.
Yes.
He may have
that's what his old man taught him, and that's like my dad, those men of that generation, to carry yourself as a man. Your reputation is on the line. Your track record is on the line. So you have to conduct yourself, particularly out in public, a particular way, man.
Yes, I was very impressed with him.
Yes.
Snoop Dogg, this past week on The Price is Right, it was Celebrity Charity Week. Snoop started out the week on Monday.
You come out and tell me all that other crap. You didn't come tell me Snoop was on. Jackie O works from home. I be working at the station. Okay. But, how's Snoop on? You ain't tell me.
Well, I just came across the story, and I got the 5-day recap, and it's all on on the internet, so we can watch it again. What he did, yes, they have. There is a total of 6 games.
Yeah,
and what Snoop did is he helped each contestant with their game.
Right.
He won 5. He helped to win 5 out of the 6 games. One of them was a 1957. No, I'm lying. It was a 1962 Lincoln convertible.
Really?
It was so pretty.
Oh, I know it had a big bang. Snoop ain't messing with no buckets.
He won. He was playing for his charity, which he have the Snoop Youth Football League,
right?
And he won a total of $72,585.
Wow!
He did better than all the other celebrities for the whole entire week.
Right.
But Snoop said that he grew up with Price is Right. That was his favorite, one of his favorite shows.
Well, I used to stay home,
and he told a story and said that wasn't really his first time being on the set.
Right.
He said that a few years ago he was actually filming another show on that same lot.
Yeah.
And he said that during break from filming the other show, he ran over to the Price is Right set.
Really?
Nobody was in there. He said when he opened the door,
he didn't get to spin the big wheel.
He said, wait a minute. He said he ran down the aisle. He got up on the stage.
Really?
And when he got up on the stage, the wheel was sitting there.
I was just joking.
He ran up to the wheel and he was running so fast and he tried to stop that he ran into the wheel and hit his head.
Oh man.
But Yes, he did really good. But to round out the rest of the week, it was Jane Lynch, Sharon Osbourne, Neil Patrick Harris, and Jack Black. Jack Black was just a crazy.
Yeah, I love Snoop. I can only imagine Snoop being on there.
He did great. I mean, for real.
Yeah.
If he hadn't helped some of these people, they wouldn't have won.
Yeah.
He was very involved with his, and I mean, he was winning his butt out. One guy won a Harley Davidson.
Wow.
Yeah. So somebody else won like I think $12,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Snoop had told her. He said, it was Plinko.
Yeah.
He said, put the chip right here.
Right.
And she put it right there, and I'll be dang if
like
it didn't
that
go.
show The Wall.
Yes.
I love The Wall.
And it went in the $10,000
and that's
slot.
probably where they got it from.
Yes, but this has been Jackie O, and I'll see you on the other side for the rest of the entertainment news. He finally gave me my extra minute, y'all.
Yeah, that's so I can talk less. Push Gap Radio's Dallas. And now, with your PushGapRadios.com sports report, it's J-Mark. Get 'em. Oh, real quick, because this was my boy. Diehard Bears fan, but I used to be a Notre Dame fan. What went down with my boy Joe Montana, man?
Yeah, man, it was a bit of a scary situation at their home, and with what is called Lost Hills. They, of course, Joe Montana, which we all know, who played for the Kansas City Chiefs, won some Super Bowls with the San Francisco 49ers, and also ex-quarterback of the Notre Dame. He was him and his wife was in a situation in California where someone actually broke into their house. A 39-year-old woman broke into their house and tried to kidnap their grandchild. Yeah, that's crazy. So what ended up happening is the wife ended up tussling with the suspect. Right. They took off. Joe Montana and his wife was able to call the authorities, and they was actually able to find the lady as well. So now, of course, her bond was $150,000 because she gets charged for kidnapping and also burglary.
Wow! So that's 15 bands just to see the front door. You understand? The bond out, the bond out, 150.
Wow,
10%.
I mean, folks, that's doing too much, though.
Well, I would wonder why she would want his grandkid, but you know.
Well, yeah, for real. I mean, I understand that Joe Montana's probably I think his net worth is about $100 million.
Yeah, you remember Charles Lindbergh back in the 30s? They kidnapped his kid.
See, you have to be careful nowadays. You know, regardless of who you are and where you live at, you just have to be extra careful.
That's right.
Nowadays. Now let's go ahead and get to the sports here. But of course, I also have a special thing that is going to be going on in the second segment, and we'll get into that as well. But let's go ahead and talk about the NBA.
That's right.
We finally got ourselves two teams that are going to be in the finals.
Yep.
The Nuggets gave a good fight. The Lakers said, come here. Sit your tail down.
King James on a mission.
Man, I'm telling you, the Los Angeles Lakers are in the finals. Now it was all about if the Boston Celtics was going to win enough games to keep themselves in the playoffs and go into the finals, or will the Miami Heat actually grow up and finish the deal? Yeah, which they went ahead and took care of business yesterday on Sunday, going up against the Miami Heat went up against the Boston Celtics. Now it was a bit of a fight, but they had to do what they had to do. So now we know the finals start on Wednesday. Game 1 is on Wednesday with the Miami Heat going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. Game 1 is going to be on Wednesday at 9:00. Game 2 will be on Friday, and of course, game 3 will be next Sunday. Right. Around about, I believe it's 3:30 Central Time. I think 4:00. No, I'm sorry. I took that back. I think it's supposed to be a 7:00 game. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. So check it out. That's going to be That's going to be a pretty good series. I think it's going to be a lot more struggle than what people are going to expect. And of course, folks are probably going to think that LeBron and Davis and company are just going to steamroll them and beat them. But if you haven't been paying attention to the Miami Heat, them boys be balling.
Yeah, they got a nice little squad down there, but things is different with the coronavirus, and I think LeBron James just saw an opportunity, whereas, okay, they spent all this money to get me here. They demanded that I bring a championship because Lakers are championship, and coronavirus was a time to steal one. Things aren't normal. And if you're aware, you can see the opportunities. I think that's what he done. And he went in, got super ferocious because he don't know if he'll be back next year at that level or get beat if it's the regular season, So, yeah, LeBron.
Yeah, I truly do believe that, what the...
and he used to play for the damn Heat. So you got the revenge thing going, too. You niggas ain't gonna beat me.
Like I said, I think it's a lot of players got the opportunity to revive themselves.
Yeah.
And because right now, a lot of players got beat up. And
right.
The body was not the same. But to get a break like that, now you're seeing good basketball, I believe.
And then that's
just my opinion.
And then you got the cats who opted out. Who even in the NFL and whatnot, who did not want to expose their loved ones to that. It was more of a thing of, my health and my family over money. If they were smart, they had already been stacking their loot. So if you done stacked your loot like LeBron James, he can go through a pandemic, but can Ricky Johnson do it?
But just to say that, you have to understand that not everybody is getting that LeBron James check.
That's what I'm saying.
So a lot of folks who they're either on that rookie contract and they're not getting that. So it's I think situations put them folks. It makes things different for them. It's not the same.
Because you get that first check, you go buy a Bentley. So
Right. Right. The next thing I wanted to talk about is the Dallas Stars.
Yes.
And let me go ahead and clean this up because last week I messed up. it called the Lightning New Jersey when they were Tampa Bay. My bad.
So you think you tanked them, huh?
Well, superstition, man. I'm just saying.
That's what Stevie wanted to say.
It was my boo-boo. It was my boo-boo, and now look at the Dallas Stars being down. They started 3 games to 1, and now they're 3 games to 2 because they had to fight themselves into double overtime to win Saturday, 3-2. Now, right at this point, they just gonna have to win out. Now they're gonna have to pull a miracle. They got a game tonight at 8 p.m. And then, of course, if Dallas does win that game, Game 7 will be Wednesday, the 30th, and it's going to be a crucial moment. Now we're going to find out: do the Dallas Stars have enough to win the next 2 games? They're in a really unusual situation right now, being down like this.
I live in Dallas, Fort Worth, but I think I'm a bet against the little Stars because it's just misery all throughout Dallas. Plus, I got my Bears jersey on. I can't sit here and forsake the greatness that was Gale Sayers. No, I think the little Stars are going to fold. Keep your eye on them.
That's how you feel.
Keep your eye on them. But I think the little Stars are going to fold like a lawn chair. J-Mac, 2 minutes.
You wrong for that. You're so wrong for that.
Were you cheering for the Lions? I didn't think so.
Well, we'll talk about that in the next set. I'm just in the next set because trust me, there's a lot going on when it comes to that. Now let's go ahead and talk about the Major League Baseball. The playoffs are here. Okay, let's do this really, really quick here.
Yes.
Now, of course, you have the Houston Astros that are going up against the Minnesota Twins. We have on the 29th. Also, the Toronto Blue Jays and the Tampa Bay Rays will be playing on the 29th as well. And then we'll have the Cincinnati Reds, Atlanta Braves. And then also on the 30th, you have the Miami Mariners, the Chicago Cubs, which I figured that you would love something like that. Right. Okay, and then of course on the flip side, you also have the Chicago White Sox going up against the Oakland A's on the 29th, and then of course the Yankees and the Cleveland Indians will be playing as well on the 29th. You have a really good series that's going to be popping off. I'm telling you, this is going to be wonderful baseball because it was a shorter season.
Yeah,
and then I I think a lot of these teams anything could happen at this point when it comes to wild card instead of.
That's what that is. That is the Mac Man, J Mac. He'll be back with all things NFL. It's the J Mac Locker Room Report on the bangingest thing on your urban internet radio dial. Detroit Lions. That's close to Grand Rapids. We're PushGapRadio.com.
Sucker punch me like that, baby.
Dallas, baby. Go Bears.
Any given Sunday, baby.
You're listening to PushGapRadio.com NFL Locker Room Report with J Mac.
PushGapRadios.com in Dallas and Fort Worth. YouTube. Look at my new blinged out mic. Beautiful. Jackie O's work. Hers is blinged out as well. If you did not build during coronavirus, I don't know what the hell you did with your damn Trump money, because there's a time to reap, there's a time to sow. Okay? And right now, after coronavirus, we is ready to start harvesting around here. What you do with your Trump money? Question of the day. Got a lot of response on this one. We posted it on our Facebook page, where you can find us at pushgapradios.com. The question of the day: can an adopted son marry the biological daughter of the same family that adopted him? Your thoughts?
My thoughts is no, because at that point you're brother and sister. Blood does blood does not always make family. And if you're growing up in the same house, I mean, at that point, no.
Does it matter what age you came into the house? What if you brought me in at 16?
I don't care.
And she was 16 or 17?
Nope, because at that point, again, it's to me, it's a moral issue at that point.
Okay. We're going to read some of our responses here. My homeboy... My homeboy Willie Perry said yes, he can. Latoya Robinson said absolutely not if they have morals and respect.
Hello.
My little stepsister there, Vanessa Clark Smith, says seems strange, but technically they're really no kin. The funny thing about it is they wouldn't have to change her last name. Okay. Freddie Fisher said, I think yes, because they don't have the same bloodline. Love conquering all. You're grown, and that's all, your hearts together. Respect. They need to respect and love each other. Marjorie Y said, yes, I know someone who had that in their family, and they got married and had kids. They're still married today. Rosemary English said, this just means he never accepted his role as a son to look at his sister that way. I don't know. It all depends to me. When were you introduced to the family? Because that was my question when it came to Michael Vick. At what age did Michael Vick start learning to fight dogs? Now, if Michael Vick...
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. It's my show. I thought with Jackie O, small W. It's I'm just but it's Michael Vick. How old was he?
I'm on this side of the camera.
I turned the camera around.
Look at me.
I turn it around. I see you. I see you, dog.
Now,
hey, I'd be like Jaguar. What's her name? I turn you out. Turn that camera around.
No, I'll be Jaguar.
Okay, well,
Jacqueline. We Jacquelines think alike.
Two nuts. Okay, she a nut, you a nut, you both live in Cedar.
And don't you forget it.
I'll never freaking forget it. But yeah, how early was Michael Vick introduced to dog fighting? If his dad and his granddad and his uncles was taking around him, then he got it honest. But if he got into it in his teens or his 20s, then yeah, you're liable for what it is you did. But I don't know. It depends on when they brought him into the family. And but me, no, I don't think. I mean, once we're family, then we're family. That's just what it is.
What happens if, like in a lot of cases, there's a bitter breakup? Now you got a dilemma because you've had this horrible breakup, and now anytime there are family events, you're in a quandary because you're gonna always, if you both go into the family events,
well, she can come, you can't come,
huh?
You ain't blood. So if y'all had a falling out pimping.
But that's not how adoption goes.
I know.
Once you adopt him, but that's what I'm saying.
Once he adopted, he in the family.
So then either somebody's going to miss the family dinner.
Right.
Or whatever event it is, or they're going to be there looking all side-eyed. And usually, and especially depending on the mama of the family or the the daddy of the family, they're not about to have any of that funny shenanigans.
That's true. They're not going for that. Let us know what you think. Find us on Facebook at pushgapradios.com and give us your opinion as well. Trump Supreme Court nominee. The next president should be selecting the next Supreme Court judge. Amy Vivian Coney Barrett, born January 28th, 1972. And Trump's ass. Now,
I'm so over them.
The Attorney General in Kentucky is dating McConnell's granddaughter.
He's engaged.
And just doing these people's dirt. A damn coon.
I think they're married now.
Probably. A coon. You got to keep one coon on deck. President Donald Trump nominated Barrett to the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals on May 8th of 2017, and the Senate confirmed her on October 31st of 2017. While serving on the federal bench, she was a professor of law at Notre Dame University Law School, where she has taught civil procedure, constitutional law, and statutory interpretation. So she's replacing Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who just recently passed away. And Trump should not be doing. Now, Trump putting her in there because he already talking about the mail-in ballot vote and talking about jobs for black people. So you said it was INDO. Trump is smell like OUTDO. We want our damn reparations and we'll make our own jobs. We don't need your money, player. He is not supposed to be putting this person in there because the American people need time to vet her.
He's putting her in there because they are trying to get they're rushing her in so that they can get another conservative in there.
Exactly.
Because if she's appointed, then she will be the third person that he put in on the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
And this is for a lifetime.
36 days until the next presidential election. Player.
And McConnell is being a total hypocrite, and they of course have him on these recordings where when 10 months before Obama was about to be out of office, he was like, we should wait until after the election
and let the next president install him.
And he was just so adamant about that, and they was setting this new rule, and now all of a sudden he's the first cheerleader up there ready to rush this through and to get somebody in the seat. So no. So how was it not good enough 4 years ago, but now all of a sudden, it's the best thing since iced tea? And let's hurry up and get her in there and do it.
Exactly.
And what they need to be worried about and what they need to be rushing is to get these people that are out of work some help. Do something with this unemployment. Get it back to where it needs to be. Come to some agreement and help these people.
Now, I told you last week about the Problem Solvers Caucus, the PSC, and they have put a plan together. Now, this plan has to be voted on by Wednesday. They're supposed to be convening to vote on it on Tuesday.
I think they all need to be voted out.
Yeah, not only that, Trump has just driven the economy into the ground. The lies, the deception. Even the Republicans are bailing out on his ass. He's talking about jobs for blacks. 3 million jobs for black people. Give me my damn reparations, Trump, and I'll fix my own thing. Okay? Unemployment is just insane. I mean, total business closures as of this point, 163,000. Temporary closing, 65,000. Permanent closing, 98,000. 60% of stores are closed. And federal help is either evaporating or won't arrive. The airline industry is laying off October 1st. They have to have $25 billion. They wanted it separate, but they put it in the stimulus package. That's what the American people want. I don't give a damn about American Airlines. I'm not flying anywhere.
The stimulus package that they can't agree on.
But something has to be signed by Wednesday. But you got all these people coming, 7,500,000 people. Now imagine the other tens of thousands of people whose lives depend on the airlines.
Ginsburg she's not even.
Body ain't even cold.
Not even cold yet.
It's sad.
And they have already went in and replaced this lady.
Yes.
I mean, this is just crazy. It's total disrespect.
And Trump talking about
it's crazy.
Trump talking about he ain't going quietly.
Yeah,
They're gonna take Trump down. Trump's setting everything up. He's going on about the mail-in ballots, this, that, and the third. He's trying to force this girl in there so that she owe him if it comes down to a vote. Because if they can't decide in 35 days, it has to go to the Republican Congress, who will probably pick Trump.
And he, you're right. He did, because they asked him if there's a change in power. They asked him, would he go peacefully like all the other presidents before him? And he said he couldn't commit to that because...
That nigga said, I can't commit. What was that? The song, Hey Lil Walter?
Yeah.
You got your rent? Doubt it be today.
He couldn't commit to that because he have a real strong feeling that there is going to be some voter fraud going on with these mail-in ballots.
He already
so this man is... Something is wrong with this man mentally.
Wrong.
How do people not realize that?
Trump promising all this stuff to black folk. Remember back in the 6th grade when your homeboy ran for class president and said if he wins, the cafeteria will serve pizza every day and recess would be 2 hours? Same thing with Trump. And where's all the All Lives Matter people? Shouldn't they be mad that Trump is promising all this to black folks?
They should have got mad when he told them to go vote twice. He trying to send them to jail.
Yeah. It's just freaking sad.
Yes. And speaking of going to jail, girl, the beautician.
Yes.
She's running for Senate.
Luther. And she down here in Dallas, she opened her beauty shop during the pandemic. The governor jumped on her team. We had to find out how much money she raised.
They sent her a cease and desist order. She called a press conference together.
Yeah.
The news showed up. So she got the cease and desist order and she tore it up in front of them and defied the order and kept her salon open anyway.
When we come back, it's the J-Mac Locker Room Report and the Jackie O Entertainment Report. Rest in peace, Gale Sayers, one of the greatest to ever play the game. I'm a Bears fan for life. You made me one. So did Walter Payton. But it's pushgapradios.com.
Dallas, baby.
Alrighty then.
You said to say it fast.
You gotta get it in there, baby.
Shaka 4-1 in the main event with Jackie O. We're internet famous, just not real life hot. We're pushgapradios.com. It's going down, baby. Dallas.
PushGapRadios.com in Dallas and Fort Worth. McMahon, I know, that one of the greatest who ever done it passed away on last week. The greatness that was Mr. Gale Sayers.
Yeah, Gale Sayers was the man. I'm telling you.
Yes.
Of course, his nickname was also the Kansas Comet.
Kansas Comet, baby.
When he played for Kansas City, the Jayhawks. Now, of course, he was one of the all-time, and he actually tied a record in an actual NFL football game, scoring 6. I said it, 6.
No, I thought he still held that record. No,
I believe he tied it. So it says when I was looking it up, I thought he was the only one. It says something on here that he tied it. I wasn't able to find out who it was he tied it with, but I could have sworn he was the only one. Now, of course, Sayers was 77 years old when he passed away.
Right.
And I'm telling you, he was an All-American football player. He was also a multiple Pro Bowl selection, and of course, he played for your Bears.
That's right, baby.
Now, of course, he was the #1 draft pick for the Chicago Bears in '65.
Yes,
and he also played in the AFL in '65 as well. He was also the #1 draft pick in there as well.
I didn't know that.
So like I said, he had skills.
He was great. He said all he needed,
sooner than he wanted to, due to a lot of
injury,
leg injury.
Yeah, but he said that all he needed was 18 inches of daylight. He was also the youngest player to be inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame at the age of 34.
That's true indeed. So we most definitely want to give mad respect and give great honor
to the great,
to the legendary
Mr. Gale.
To the legendary.
Got me into watching football, fam.
Now you were saying that as a little boy, your dad got you into. That's how you got into football.
Yeah, I was. I walked out there. It was on a Sunday. We were all in the room playing. And I don't know, got boring at some point, so I walked out. My old man was yelling at the screen at the guy. And so I'm standing there. I'm about 6, 7 years old. I said, so who is this guy? And he said, this Gale Sayers, he's running back for the Bears. I didn't know anything about football at the time. And so I sat down. And he just told me, he's the running back guy. He carries the ball. In any sport, always watch the ball. That's where the action is. I don't care what sport. And yeah, just so happened Gale Sayers made a great run. I got excited. And I was back again next Sunday.
Already.
Yes, sir.
Already. So let's go ahead and get into, speaking of football, let's go ahead and get into week 3 football picks.
Yes, sir.
And also football scores. Now, of course, your boy J Mac, it's right now as we stand 7-7 and a freaking 1 because of a dang on tie.
Yes, sir.
We'll talk about that in
yes, sir.
a minute.
I saw that game.
Overall record right about now 25-19 and 1. So let's go ahead and start it off.
My ad. We're gonna have to post them results now. All right, I ain't gonna let you blow smoke up my butt. I want to see your results.
Yeah, we had a little technical difficulty this week, so we're gonna make sure of that.
Right,
the Chicago Bears beat the Atlanta Falcons 30-26. The Los Angeles Rams beat Buffalo beats the Los Angeles Rams 35-32.
Yeah.
Cleveland defeats the Washington team 34-20. And the Minnesota Vikings fell short to the Tennessee Titans 31-30. The Las Vegas Raiders, well, they tried, they showed up, but New England and Cam was way too much for them as they got defeated 36-20. The San Francisco 49ers they decided to go to New York, big city of dreams, but everything in New York ain't always what it seems.
It ain't always what it seems, man.
No, they got beat down 36-9, and then we got the tie. Cincinnati and the Philadelphia Eagles. They made it interesting. Philadelphia could have, should have won, but they decided that they wanted to hand out what's that trophy called? Participation trophy.
Yes, the participation trophy. Right. They make them out of beer cans up there in Gunroo.
Whatever. 23-23 was the score. The Pittsburgh Steelers defeat the Houston Texans 28-21. The Indianapolis Colts beat down the Jets 36-7. Right. And the Carolina Panthers, they decided to show up and actually win a game 21-16 over the Los Angeles Chargers. Tampa Bay over Denver 28-10. The Detroit Lions actually decided to show up after I haven't been picking them. I decided to not pick them to win.
Right.
They sorry tails want to win. 26-23 over the Arizona Cardinals.
Yes.
The Seattle Seahawks.
Good game.
Yeah.
Good game.
Sure. Yeah, they fought. Dallas fought. They tried. They did their typical Dallas thing. Went away until the last minute to try to play a game, and they still came up short because the defense is still struggling.
Yes.
Seattle beat the Dallas Cowboys 38-31.
Secondary
and the Green Bay Packers went up against the New Orleans Saints, and let me tell you, New Orleans coulda, woulda, but didn't do what they needed to do as they got defeated on the Sunday night game 37-30. Now, of course, the next game tonight will be the Kansas City Chiefs going against the Baltimore Ravens at 8:15. So that's going to be a pretty good game. Now, of course, So I wanted to go ahead and get into something really quick. Now, I wanted to go ahead and have a moment where we call an uncut moment.
Unplugged around her.
Unplugged?
Yes.
I know you're going to clean that up for me.
Do your thing. I got it.
Okay. Now we're going to have an unplugged moment. Now, of course, a lot of times I want to talk sports. We have fun. We talk about a lot of things. But right about now, we need to really wake ourselves up. What happened with the young lady with the police
BREONNA
kicking in the door? Yeah. She is actually from here, from Grand Rapids, Michigan. And, of course, it's affected a lot of people here. I see the family and the cousins that have been protesting lately. Right. And so I just want to say this. For those who decide And I'm not going to tell you which side to vote on.
Right.
Rather you're Republican, Democrat, or Independent.
Mm-hmm.
You need to pay attention to the local representatives in your local town, in your local city, in your local county.
Right.
Everyone wants to make a big deal and put all this emphasis on the presidency. Well, guess what? The people that you need to be paying attention to is the people that are changing the laws in your own backyard. The president is not changing the laws in your backyard.
Right.
It's your local representative that's changing those laws.
There you go, J-Mac. Exactly.
So do yourself a favor, not me, not Push Gap. Do yourself a favor, your kids' favor, something with your grandkids. Teach and learn and educate yourself in your local representatives.
Yes.
Do that for yourself. Do that for all of us.
Yes.
Because they're the ones that made that law where you can kick in the door and not announce yourself.
And in Florida,
they're the ones that make that law.
And in Florida, they got this stand your ground crap. And what he's talking about is what ADOS is talking about, voting down ballot. If neither side, Democrat or Republican, is giving you anything, black people, then they get nothing either. WIFM, what's in it for me radio? What's in it for me? Nothing. You don't vote for them. Like J-Mac said, you vote for everybody else on the ticket, not the top of the ticket. That's called down voting. That's J-Mac. It's your PushGapRadios.com locker room report. And the Bears, baby. We 3-0. Trubinsky's gone. It's about damn time. Trubinsky's gone. We got foes up in there.
Man,
PushGapRadios.com. Banging stang in the game. Mac Man, we're going to check you out on the other side.
What does the pastor say to the congregation, y'all?
Shucks. Dallas, baby.
You're listening to PushGapRadios.com NFL Locker Room Report with J-Mac.
The Jackie O Entertainment Report.
That's right. I'm so excited.
You and me both.
All right, Dr. Dre.
Yes.
Everybody knows by now that he and his wife of 25 years are getting a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
She is asking
a grip too.
for $2 million monthly support. Not a year, for a month.
What you gonna do with $2 million?
Oh, I'm about to tell you.
Please,
I'm about to tell you what she gonna do.
I'm very intrigued.
But because that's what everybody else want to know. Why you need $2 million in temporary spousal support?
Don't count my money. That's my first damn to get out my pocket.
All right. Well, here's the breakdown in what she says that she needs.
Yeah.
She says for laundry and cleaning, $10,000 a month.
To do this, what is this?
This is what she needs per month. This is what she needs.
Laundry and cleaning.
This is what she needs $2 million a month for. Laundry and cleaning, $10,000. Clothes. This and everything these amounts I'm giving you is per month.
Right.
Clothes, $135,000. Education, tuition including tuition and living expenses, $60,000 a month. Charitable contributions, $125,000. Mortgage, $100,000.
Whoa. Charitable contributions is how much?
Yeah, $125,000.
Who's the charity?
Somebody.
Give my name.
Mortgage, $100,000. Telephone.
A month?
Telephone, cell phone, email, $20,000.
How the hell is email? Email damn free.
Hold on. But the biggest expense of all is entertainment. $900,000 a month.
They got cocaine and at the damn party. 100 G's a month to party?
No, not 100 G's. 900 G's.
I was trying to help her out. $1 million a month to party. Now, what does? Well, she was with him.
She's used to this lifestyle.
That's
and
true.
She's saying that
but you can't be spending that much, $100-something every month on clothes.
She's saying that this is the lifestyle that she's used to living. And now she did sign a prenup, but she says that she did it under duress, and it was like
how long they been married?
25 years. Their children are all grown now.
She deserves something. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and she helped him with some of the collaborations.
Yeah.
But what she's been doing, now they're going after her because 2 of their companies that they've started together, she has gone and she wrote checks. And she wrote the checks
at the joint bank account.
Like, this is, I don't have the exact numbers, but this is an example. One of them was like for $365,400.85.
The check she wrote. Right.
The other one that she wrote was like $195,210.85. There's some symbolism with this 85 cents.
Yeah.
Or not 85. Well, with the 85. So
this is symbolism taking
so
my
what they're
$160K.
Yeah. So his lawyers have sent her
cease and desist
and stop going and because they're
saying, why
saying
don't they just freeze the account?
They're saying because her name is on them, so she can do it. But they're saying that that this is considered embezzlement, and she had 1 week from the day that she was getting that letter to put the money back. Yeah. If not, they were going to file a lawsuit against her.
So it's not an amicable divorce then?
It is getting very, very, very.
Well, I think she deserves something. 25 years, dude. She deserves something. I mean, it's only right. It's only money. Yeah.
She's saying that he was abusive, and she's saying that now
he slapped the crap out of Michelle. Not the what was the reporter chick from BET or MTV? Knocked her down.
He has a history of abusing women.
Yeah, he like beating chicks.
Yeah, and she said that he sent her some cryptic messages since they've been separated, and so she's afraid of him.
And the message was murder was the case that they gave me.
But what they're looking at, if she can prove that the prenup was done under duress and can get it thrown out, how
you gonna prove that 25 years ago?
He's a multi-billionaire, and she did help him with some of these companies and things. And so she's looking at, they say, getting at least $1 billion in the settlement. This is why it's about to get really, really, really ugly.
So if I had $1 billion, me and you been together for 25 years, you raised my kids, this, that, and the third, and we just knew it was over, I would gladly give you whatever to keep you in that. No. I'm not Eddie. I'm not Eddie.
No.
There won't be no half.
She helped build that empire. So
but you don't get $1 billion. How you get half? Because I'm the one doing all the damn work.
At $1 billion, she's not even getting half. He's apparently worth.
So $100 million wouldn't be good enough for you to walk away out of my bill.
And you have several billion.
You sound like Pop Witherspoon saying, "Sister, call and tell I need to borrow some money." You just have so much,
and you have several billion.
Yeah,
no, because then that would
be several billion though. Jackie, is that $2 billion? Is that $4 billion? Do I got Warren Buffett money, or are we just talking about a simple punk ass?
It's enough that whatever my settlement is gonna have a B after it too.
I'm gonna give you $100,000 and that car, and you be on your way. Okay. Car be paid out. You can get the hell you want.
And she I forgot how many million. She needs several million for her attorneys as well.
Okay.
But she wants him to pay for her attorneys.
Next story.
But think about it. The lady is she is used to a certain lifestyle.
She is, and I think she deserves it, but not half, Eddie. Not half. Not half, because I wouldn't give your ass half.
There is this lady.
I give you a quarter. So that would be $250 million. You'd have $250 million.
I wouldn't even talk to you,
and I would still come by and take you out to eat.
Your people would have to be talking to my people. I would have to quit talking to you. We would have to cease and desist.
3 minutes, yeah.
But Jaguar Wright,
be burning minutes.
You the one took us there. Okay, Jaguar Wright.
Yes.
She used to sing with the Roots. She was discovered by Jay-Z, and this lady have been going on a rampage on
sound bitter to me,
sweetie.
You sound very bitter to me.
You
dropping that dirt.
She's dropping all kinds of dirt, and she says that she has receipts. She says that she has videos on everybody that she has been dropping saw on.
Right.
And if you talk about dropping some tea, this lady has been dropping some bombshells. She her latest victim
Jaguar Wright
has been Mary J. Blige.
Right. She clowned Mary J.
With Mary J. Blige, She's challenged Mary J. Blige to Versus. Y'all heard us talk about Versus last week.
Yeah.
It's this really popular internet show.
Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight,
and what's his name?
That guy.
I can't even think of him right now, but they, Patty and
giggle them damn minutes away.
Because you're making me laugh.
That's your business.
But Patty and Gladys Knight and Monica and Brandy and a whole lot of others have been doing it. So she called Mary J. Blige and is saying that she could see Mary J. under the bleachers because she don't think that Mary J. really can sing, and she is calling her out.
Yeah. She clowned her about being at Death Row, boy.
Yeah, she
so they just
says,
ran up in her.
Allegedly, now I'm saying allegedly. She's saying that she don't have to say allegedly because again, she's saying that she had proof and that if she was lying, that people would be suing her, and she haven't heard from nobody's attorneys. But she's saying that Mary J. Blige, one time she walked in and Mary J. was getting a train ran on her at Def Jam.
So Mariah Carey's sister drugged her and sold her to Tony McCullough.
She's saying that Mary J. Blige is an undercover lesbian and that her marriage to Kende was a ruse because she really liked messing with women. And it's telling Mary J. that she needs to just come on out and stuff. And then she's also after Common. She said that they used to record real late at night. And it was late one night, and rather than her taking the train back home, she went to go crash on Common's couch. Well, she done told two versions of the story. The other one is she crashed in the bed, but she had all her clothes on. And she was saying that when she woke up, he was
had his tallywhacker out.
He was trying to put his little tallywhacker in her mouth. And she said that she hit him in his little private part, and she told him that she couldn't believe that he actually was trying to do that. He thought she wanted
to be taken, and
she laughed.
Like in all of the books.
But we're running out of time. But there is a lot more juicy.
You keep writing
details.
so much.
But this has been Jackie O with your Push Gap Entertainment Report.
Okay, you. If he did,
I wasn't reading anything. I'll be telling
Dallas, baby,
this stuff off my.
It's all good though. Well, question of the day. I know you heard us tell you to go to Facebook. Go to pushgapradios.com. Scroll down. You have to do a little work. The question: can an adopted son marry the biological daughter of the same family that adopted him? Great response from that. Again, I think that no, we should leave that alone. That's bordering on incest. Why can't white people say the N-word? It's because we've taken the word, beat it down into submission, and you made it to hurt us and to denigrate us, this, that, and the third. And that's why you can't say it.
I don't think black people should say it.
Well, the reason black people say it, again, is a certain thought processes. Now, other people say it shouldn't be that way, that the word is a derogatory word and it denigrates us, this, that, and the third. But by the same token, the way we've beaten it down, this, that, and the third, you can't say it. Now, Hispanics and whatnot can call each other wetbacks and beaners. You can't say it, okay? The Italians call each other guaps and whatever, but you can't say it. And same thing here. And then the thing is, why are you so interested in what we say amongst ourselves? You can't say it. You hate that. Okay, we say it, and again, for them, they think it's one particular way where it's beating us down, this, that, and the third. But we've taken and made it a term of endearment and a variety of other things. Now, should we quit saying it in our music and movies? Because you
most
don't
definitely
get to call that to the Jews and whatnot. I told the story of when I used to drive the buses, okay, And I took this one volleyball team down by Waco. I brought them back up to the Dallas area. They were in a volleyball tournament. Now, before they get ready to go play, they play this one particular rap song.
Right.
And it's like a chainsaw. Nigga, 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 nigga. And, you know, then I guess the little coach looked at me and thought, oh, well, let me have them turn this off. I got off the bus. I told her, I said, no. I said, you ain't got to turn that off. If that's the song you guys use to get crunk, to go in there to win, that's what you play. You didn't write the song. I didn't write the song, sweetie. Okay? If that's what they say, that's what they say. It's in the damn song. And I told her that. You know, play your song. It's not our fault that we got stupid people running our music, beating it down because we're so great at it. Music is just in our DNA.
Right.
And the way they beat our deal down, you know, with always wanting, well, black folks is always dying. And that's what we've always done. But you let people sit here and talk about you and denigrate you. You cannot say the word nigga because you can't.
But then on the same token, you know, you got these people that are wanting their music to be bought. How do you expect these people to buy your music? Because that's who buy the majority of it.
Right.
And buy your music and think that they're not going to sing the words.
Exactly, because who was that who brought the girl up couple of years ago on stage, and then white girl, and brought her up to rap? I can't remember her
name. And then he embarrassed her.
Yeah, and ran on stage. Okay, keep the word out of the song. No one does that but us. Right. Look at that song you like. What is it, Dream Girl, the Hispanic song? Yes. Beautiful song. But what do we get? There's a home in the house. There's a home in the house. And this crap. Come on, man, really? They're denigrating our music. TARIQ Nasheed had his Foundational Black American Conference. TARIQ Nasheed, I'm not going to even say nothing. I turned my wife on to you last year. I'm going to let her say what she thinks about TARIQ Nasheed. What you think, Sugar Bear?
Just like when you first turned me on to him. Now, I have to say, prior to the TARIQ that you turned me on to, I was aware of him with Hidden Colors.
Yes, with
and
the Hidden
I did
Colors.
Enjoy Hidden Colors. You should have left me there and just let me have that image of him.
Right.
Well, then you took me into this whole other world where he is supposed to be this black activist.
Yes.
And to me, he just sounded very shisty from the very beginning. And then he was going from one thing to the other.
Yes.
Not only was he doing the Hidden
Spreading
Colors,
his hustle.
he was doing this. And then when you showed me the music video, because he decided that he was going to be an R&B singer, he was going to be a crooner.
Yes.
And it was like, this man looked like a stone-tongued idiot. He can't sing.
What they're saying is, why didn't he make it virtual? He was just here to get the bag. $120,000. He tried to raise $200,000, didn't make it. 3 hours standing in line. There was no food, no solutions. They just talked in circles. They weren't on the same page. There was the contradiction. They were saying the same thing they say on YouTube. They changed the refund policy after they sold tickets that you could not get a freaking refund. People were disappointed and won't be following him again, they said. The cost was more than just a $50 ticket. Think of the people who had to come to town in a place that was already set up as a damn coronavirus hospital.
This man, seriously, y'all.
TARIQ.
This man in his former days used to be a for real pimp.
Yeah.
All this man is doing right now is he found a different way to pimp more people and get more money.
Like Kanye West.
Kind of, sort of, legitimately.
Kanye can't push that music no more, but Kanye can push that religion. So Kanye just leveled up.
He found a different angle.
A different hustle.
And that's how he's going.
And the same thing with your boy here, TARIQ, mine. I mean.
Yeah, he tried to, because you putting your stuff into too many fires.
Yes.
Your iron into too many fires.
And then you don't want to own up. And then you're still in the ADOS movement. Okay, this was put together by Antonio Moore and by Yvette Carnell. And now here you come along And you just
he let somebody else do all the groundwork. That's just like, say, a McDonald's and a Burger King, or when you see these two places that are two chicken places or hamburger places. Well, what they do is they let the one do all of the demographics and pay all the money to do all of this stuff.
Right.
So that they've done it, especially if it's a huge company. And then you go and you get in the same area because you already know that that's a hot spot.
It's a hot
because
spot.
if it wasn't, Walmart wouldn't be there, or whoever wouldn't be there.
Now, your girl that we were discussing here in Dallas, SHELLY LUTER, beautician in Dallas, now running for Texas senator. And like Jackie and I discussed, you didn't decide. This was 3 months ago when she got handcuffed on TV. What did she ripped up the...
This was so crazy. She ripped up the cease and desist order because she was not supposed to have her beauty shop open. That was during the time when the beauty shops were supposed to be closed. And she claims that she had to feed her family. And that her beauticians that were in her shop had to feed their family.
You think it took her that quick to decide that she wanted to be a senator, or do you think it took some time and it was all a scam? You did.
I
Jackie
told you from
said
day
it was
one
a
that
scam
was a
when she
scam.
saw it. You did. And then here she comes. She's got television commercials out 3-4 months later that she's running for Texas
because y'all, this
senator.
is how stupid this guy. Now, the order to close the beauty shop was put in place by our senator. I mean, not our senator, our governor, Greg Abbott.
Right.
When it came time and these people started protesting, because they started protesting and they raised like several $100,000 for her.
Right.
The GoFundMe.
Greg Abbott, punk ass, came down to holler at him.
But what I'm saying is, he the one put the thing in place. The president,
she violated his order.
The president of the United States started
All that.
getting in, saying that the judge needed to be removed
All
and
that.
this lady needed to be out of jail. And then Abbott, who put the daggum law in place, he came and said that the woman needed to be released. And they were trying to remove this black judge that has sent her to jail by doing his job and following the order that she defied. And all of these people was protesting him. They was cheering for her.
She got the complexion for the protection, man.
Yeah, she was supposed to stay in jail for a week. They let her out in a day or two. She got out, had this big old press conference, and then it just went from there. Now this lady is running for a Senate seat.
PushGapRadios.com in Dallas and Fort Worth. We thank you for making it to the end of the show. Greatly appreciate that. Now you know what we know on the Banging Thing on your urban internet radio dial. Big shout out to the Gale Sayers family, mine.
Yes.
I'm a diehard Bears fan. The man made me a Bears fan. Walter Payton elevated me to a Bears fan. And I don't care where I travel around the world. I cheer for the little Dallas Mavericks. I cheer for the Rangers. I cheer for the Stars. I cheer for the Cowboys when I drive people over there because they tip when the Cowboys win. Diehard Chicago Bears fan for life. Jackie O.
Dallas, baby. Cowboys, that is.
You been gone a while.
No. I wasn't saying that for that to go off. I was saying that from Dallas Cowboys, while you naming out the Chicago Bears and all that stuff.
You eating minutes like Pac-Man.
I'm sorry. Listen to us on Monday evenings on KYBN Radio at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then anytime on demand at PushGapRadios with an S.com.
That's what
we need to do an after show. I have a lot to talk about.
You do. I could make you your own.
I've been gone a long time.
I'll show you how to set everything up. Imported cars, imported steel, imported cars. We even import our own holiday Christmas cards. But I don't think that we can get their consent to import someone to run the government. Don't give the vote away, black people. Just don't. Vote down ballot, like Yvette Carnell and them are telling you. Don't vote for the top of the ticket, the president. Everybody below that, there's nothing in it for you. Quit being stupid. I'm not calling you stupid. Just quit being stupid. Quit giving your vote away. We're trying to get them to quit killing us in the street. And if you hold your vote, Somebody got to give us something. The Democrats need us to get in, man. Shaka 4-1 in the main event with Jackie O. Banging this thing in the game. Thanks to J-Mac, as usual, for doing the phenomenal locker room report. And to Jackie O for her always amazing entertainment report. How about them Bears, baby? 3-0 up and down around here. And we got foes now, Pippin. We got foes. We got rid of Trubinsky. That's what that
Don't be taking our line, our tagline.
In the freaking game. Shaka 4-1 in the main event with Jackie O. Pray until something happens. God always provides. At pushgapradios.com. The power is in the name. pushgapradios.com.
Dallas, baby. And we're out. and it's how about them Cowboys?
Bump them, boy.
What it do? This your boy, Bing, 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 Ricochet Rabbit from Shaka 4-1 in the main event. We bridging the gap between old and new radio. You better recognize.
Pray until something happens. God always provides. At pushgapradios.com, the power is in the name.
This is Carol J, the Roadrunner on the Shaka 4-1 and the main event show, exclusively on pushgapradios.com. For all the latest and hottest information on what's happening in Dallas-Fort Worth, pushgapradios.com. It's Dallas, baby.
Pushgapradios.com. Extraordinary urban entertainment. I wish we were still pushing the hip hop from back in the gap, man.
pushgapradios.com. Hey, don't keep us a secret.
Welcome to Estevan TV. I'm at pushgapradios.com.
Pushgapradios.com. Bridging the gap between old school and new school radio. Pushgapradios.com. It's Dallas, baby.
Pushgapradios.com, Hamilton Park, Dallas, Fort Worth.